Okay, so I've been thinking about making this video for the past months or so. When it comes to guitars, electric guitars, I have probably hundreds of them during the years. Of course, I've been buying them and selling them and all that kind of stuff, and of course, I regret selling a few of them. But for about, I'd say probably about 15 years or so, I'm starting to slowly collecting guitars. Um, just keeping the ones that I'm kind of like very much or so. Um, so for me, what is my best guitar? Well, I would say that it's kind of like a little bit tricky question because there is a lot of good guitars out there, and it's also depending on the price range. So um, let's go ahead and take a look on a couple of guitars that some of you would think it would be my best guitars, but in my opinion they're not. So let's take a look on these guitars. This guitar right here is my 2012 Gibson Les Paul Standard, right there. This guitar is actually an awesome guitar, but in my opinion, the first impression right out of the box, comparing to what one of these guitars costs today or something like that, this is absolutely not the best guitar. But it's still an awesome guitar and I like it a lot. So this guitar will maybe be something for a future video. Okay, so this is what people are raging about on YouTube these days. Some of you think that and this and that and all that kind of shit. The guitar I'm going to show you now is a really high price guitar. It costs a lot of money, and I'm sorry to tell you that this is not the best guitar in my collection. This is my Gibson Les Paul Custom. It's a 2014 model. It's actually, I got it actually brand new, so I didn't get it used or something like that. So this is a very awesome guitar. It's actually is an awesome guitar. I mean, it's a fantastic instrument, but comparing to the price, this is actually not what you should go and buy, because these guitars are not great out of the box these days. I think that Gibsons 15 years ago probably were a lot much better instrument than this guitar right here. However, if you set it up correctly, get the frets leveled and all that kind of shit, this is an awesome guitar. But for me that's not the case. But this is a great guitar, but it's definitely not worth the money. So this guitar would be a guitar for a future video as well. This particular guitar right here is my Gibson Les Paul Custom. What I didn't mention about this guitar is actually that it has always been my dream guitar. I've been always wanting one of these. I've been watching them on different types of music videos and music stores and all that kind of shit, and wishing I would own one. So in that way, this is also, of course, one of my dream guitar, and I will keep it for as long as I live. And I will actually make this guitar awesome, because it needs a fret leveling process, and it needs some major, it has some major issues right here, but that's for talking in another video. I just want to point out that this is actually my dream guitar, and I got it brand new and I will keep it for as long as I live, as I said. And I didn't really mean anything bad by saying it's not my best guitar. I actually think it could be the best guitar I own, but just comparing to the price and out of the box, I just think this is not the best guitar to buy. But I like it very much, and I will keep it for many more years. And yeah, so I just wanted to point out that I didn't mean that I don't like this guitar. I mean, of course I like the guitar. Feels like I can have it beside me in my bed every night, but of course I don't, because sleeping with guitars is kind of strange, I believe. So yeah. So now to the guitar that I consider being my best guitar in my collection. Probably one of the ever best guitar I ever owned. I would actually say that this is the best guitar I've ever owned. And now I'm talking, of course, also right out of the box. You know, just open the box, pick up the guitar, plug it in, make some riffs. So I think this is pretty much where you should spend your money if you're looking for a used guitar. I don't know anything about today's guitars of this particular brand and this particular guitar, but when I bought this guitar, perhaps, let's go ahead and say 16, 17 years ago, I bought it brand new, and back then this was an awesome guitar right off the box. I'm talking about my Epiphone Explorer, right there. This is my Epiphone, this is the Gothic model right here. Pitch black, mahogany body, mahogany neck. I remember putting in some EMGs in there many years ago. Actually, maybe a couple of weeks after I got the guitar. This is actually EMG 81 right there. So there is a 81 configuration in this one. Originally, when I bought the guitar, I had an 85 in there, but I swapped it for another 81 a couple of years ago. So the bridge is awesome. I have had no problem with this bridge. It's the original bridge. You can see it's kind of worn out there because I've been playing it so much. Well, this is an awesome instrument. I mean, this is a fantastic guitar. It's awesome, and not even the tuners. I didn't even swap these ones out. So still works great. There is no hustle. There's no anything. And very surprisingly, the frets is actually awesome. I mean, right off the box. The guitar was kind of like set up to suit my needs. Very low string action. I was very happy when I picked this guitar up from the box, and the frets are all in level and everything. I haven't done anything to this guitar, and there's a lot of DNA on the fretboard. You can see the DNA here, the dirt, so to speak. Been playing it so much for the past 10 years or so. So I think I should clean the fretboard, but I didn't see it necessary just right now. Only downside with this guitar right now, I don't play it very much, and you're not there, you're actually there, so I should look right there. Anyway, I had this one back in the days on a couple of gigs as well, and I'll be rocking the shit out of it. So also, it's actually had a little accident about 5-6 years ago. It's actually a crack in the body. So I don't know if you can see this, but it's a crack right there. It goes through the electronics compartment, and it continues right there, and it goes a little bit in there. And let's see if I can show you this, for fuck's sakes. The crack goes from there all the way through here. So this piece is a little bit loose right here. So I'm thinking about having this piece glued in back here, so I can continue rock on this guitar because it's awesome. I don't really remember the price. It was kind of like cheap. This is a cheap instrument. I mean, of course it was a little bit more expensive back in the day, 16, 17 years ago when I bought it, but I think today you can get it fairly cheap, I think. Of course not with the EMGs in there. The original pickups, I think, is the weakest link in this all guitar, because they were crap. So, but everything else is working just fine, just great. There is no, you know, the speed knobs is working great, and I've been repairing the switch a couple of times because playing it a lot and using the switch a lot, it will be some damage on there. So I've been cleaning that one up a couple of times. The neck is actually, you can see how worn out it is. It's actually not pitch black anymore, it's actually gloss black, I should say. The neck has 60s profile. It plays like a dream. I mean, this I like thin necks, so kind of like the Gibson 60 style, and this is what it's all about. So, and this also, this is exactly like a Gibson Explorer. Exactly the shape and everything is exactly the same, the material exactly the same. So with this neck joint right here, this guitar will sustain for, it will make tones forever, you know. You can go and grab a coffee, it will still make some noise. You can go ahead and watch the news and there will still be some noise. Well, maybe not, but you get the idea. So yeah, this is the best guitar, probably the best guitar I ever owned, comparing to the price, of course. So I think today, if it wasn't for the crack back here on the body, I actually think that I would play this one every day, on an everyday basis actually. So, I really think that I should put some time into my other Gibsons, Les Paul Custom and Les Paul Standard, because they're also awesome instruments, but not out of the box, and they are way overpriced. So now you know, this is my best guitar, my best guitar ever. I have no problem with this guitar. It has been lasting forever, it feels like, and I'm pretty sure it will last forever. Epiphone Explorer Gothic.